Penelope, should I bring my suitcase? We've got a launch today.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
This is Mercury Redstone 1, MR1, ready for launch at Cape Canaveral, Florida. Launch Complex number 5. The spacecraft is a production line version. This spacecraft is destined to make a successful flight over a ballistic flight path. It will not carry man, but will help pave the way for man in space. Mercury spacecraft are produced at the St. Louis plant of the McDonnell Aircraft Corporation. Hundreds of subcontractors, suppliers, and vendors furnish components and subsystems for this complex space-age vehicle. Development time in Mercury has been compressed by simultaneous research, development, engineering, manufacturing, training, and test. The first production Mercury spacecraft was flight tested less than 18 months after initiation of the program. At the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama, the Redstone boosters are modified and tested. The MR1 booster was fabricated here. The Redstone booster modifications include elongation of the tank section to increase fuel capacity, engine and control system simplification, a mission abort system, and an adapter section to house control equipment. A special electronic brain is installed to sense possible trouble in time to permit the spacecraft and the astronaut to escape. All parts and components for Mercury Redstone boosters are inspected and tagged when approved. Every possible precaution is taken to ensure reliability. On the night before the launch, MR1 received its final checks and the countdown began. December 19, MR1 is ready to go again. The countdown proceeded normally with only one short delay. The recovery forces are in place, ready to pick up the spacecraft. In the Project Mercury Control Center, flight control personnel are ready for launch. This is the nerve center for the mission. Once MR1 is launched, they will take over until the craft is recovered. Downrange, the landing area is well covered. In addition, other elements of the recovery forces are deployed along the entire flight path in case something goes wrong. Launch is only seconds away. The flight control director is ready to take over. Radar and telemetry equipment is ready. This is another test in the pyramid of testing, flight test, another step toward man in space. After a perfect launch, MR1 followed a normal flight test profile. The spacecraft, weighing about 1 ton, follows a ballistic arc, peaking at approximately 130-mile altitude and landing 235 statute miles downrange. The complete flight takes 16 minutes and provides a little over 5 minutes of weightlessness or 0G. At booster burnout, the cone-shaped spacecraft is traveling a little over 4,000 miles an hour. Panel indicators in the Mercury Control Center record each major phase of the flight as it happens. As the accelerating vehicle passes through the contrail level of the upper atmosphere, it etches a bright white trail to mark its progress. Back at Cape Canaveral, Mercury Project Director Robert R. Gilruth gets the first post-flight look inside the craft and looks well pleased at the successful results of the MR1 flight test.